Hey guys, catch me on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. What's up guys, it's your boy JD Sizzle with another Madden Ultimate Team video. Today we're doing a prediction show. We're going to predict what team of the year is going to be. I got a list available for you. I'm going to put it in the description below as long as my other information that you'll need. But we're going to go position by position of who I think is going to get a card. First off, I kind of went by guys that don't have cards. So we started with Russell Wilson. We think he's going to get a card. He hasn't got anything since his Redux card he had. So he's had a heck of a year. So I'd say Russell is the quarterback. All right, we're going to move to running back now. And there's a couple of them. I think I did Derrick Henry has had a heck of a year. He basically knocked the Patriots out. He hasn't got a, he's a 91. He's had some really good teams, got a lot of team of the week cards. So I think he's going to get an upgrade. And then also Bradley, or not Bradley, my favorite, one of my favorite Browns, Nick Chubb. He hasn't got an upgrade in a while since his team of the week card also. Right? And he's only got a 90, but he's led the league in a lot of rushing statistics, so I see him getting a card. A 90, he has had a good year. Delvin Cook would be an honorable mention, but he just got a blitz card, so I'm not sure if he will get one. Next up, whoops, we're going to go to fullback, and Patrick Ricard, I think, is going to get it, because a lot of the other fullbacks, it seemed, were good. He's got an 86. He's also part of the Ravens, that heavy power running attack, so I think he'll get one. He recently got an out of position card, but I think he'll get an upgrade at fullback. We really don't have a lot of good fullbacks out there, straight fullbacks other than legends. So I think he will get one. Next up, I can't believe this guy hasn't gotten a card since, what promotion was it? Let's go, Texans. Hopkins hasn't got a card since, well, he got ultimate kickoff. But I don't think he's got a, that was the last card he got, and it was a 91. He's had a heck of a year with Deshaun Watson, so I'd say he gets a card. He gets an upgrade. He got a lot of the offensive cards, so he got awards for All-Pro and stuff. Next up is a no-brainer. This man just broke records this year. One of my favorite wide receivers is Mr. Micheal Thomas. And he hasn't got a card. He's got two cards that he hasn't really gotten a real card since this Core Elite. Everything else was doing the Journey, and there was a the Halloween promo. So he hasn't actually had a card you could buy. I see him getting one. He has had a good year. And then another guy is with the Buccaneers, Godwin. He's had a good year. His last card was a 91. So he's had a lot of good weeks. You can see he's got a couple team of the week cards. I could definitely see him getting one. Next up, another no-brainer. We're going to tight end. And everybody knows it's George Kittle. This guy was all elite this year. He crushed it. He had a lot of good, like, he did some Gronk stuff. So now it's like Kittle, man, and he's always going crazy. You know, you smell what the Rock is cooking. He's like a big wrestling fan, so that's kind of cool. He's all pumped up. San Francisco's doing well. He's the only tight end I know that deserves it. He hasn't got a card since the Mutt Hero limited card, so he hasn't had a true card since his Core Elite. So definitely see him getting one. Also, he didn't get one in the playoff promo, so I think that makes him a no-brainer. Same thing. We're going to go to the Packers now, or David. Bakhtiari, I think is how you say it. Sorry if I slandered your name. But he hasn't got a card since Mutt Heroes also. He is also on the All-Pro team. Next up is Quinton Nelson. He's just an all-around great card. You know, I see him getting one easily. The last one he got was, what did he get? Really? That was all he got? The heavyweight card? No, he got a harvest card. Wonder why it's not showing up. Maybe because it's not elite. I know he got a harvest card. He got out of position, but I see him definitely getting one. Next up, another guy that is on the All-Pro list for the Raiders is Mr. Rodney Hudson. Oops, I hit Ravens. Sorry about that, guys. Although it looks like that guy got a pretty good card. He also hasn't had an upgrade in a while since this heavyweight card, so definitely see him getting one. Next up, Mr. Cowboy, Mr. Zack Martin. You see, we kind of got a theme here with Notre Dame guards. Seems like Notre Dame always has a good offensive lineman. I don't know if has he gotten a card since, I don't know if he's gotten a card except his core elite. I'm not 100% sure on that, but definitely due for an upgrade. Next up, obviously there's no choice here, as I think, even though he got that, even though they got that ultimate kickoff card, which is going to be, I think the 94 is what the highest possible could be, but he also has his heavyweight card that's only a 91. I say no brainer there. He gets an upgrade, best right tackle playing in the NFL right now. Next, I can't believe this guy hasn't had a card. Cowboys. DeMarcus Lawrence hasn't gotten a card since Mutt Superstars in the beginning of the year, and it's only an 89. He's always a good player, a good player that people like to use. I don't understand why he hasn't got a card yet, so I'd say that's a no-brainer. Same thing with the next guy. I can't believe he hasn't got a limited or an upgrade in a while. Mr. Aaron Donald. Talking about a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think he's going to get it this year, but he hasn't got anything since his hero card either. 92, I could see him getting one. Next up, we're going to the Chargers. I got a Bosa, Mr. Joey Bosa. I could see him getting a card. He got last upgrade he got was also a harvest card, I believe. So he's like a 92. I could see him getting an update for rush end. And then defensive tackle. Let's see, we're going to the Eagles. Fletcher Cox hasn't got a card since Mutt Heroes. Dominant player on the Eagles line. Definitely see him getting an upgrade. And then another fan favorite. I don't know if he's gotten a card with his core elite this year. But Geno Atkins, man. He's one of the best defensive tackles out there. Bengals. I know the Bengals haven't had a good year, but Geno got a heavyweight card at 90. I can see him getting one. Another guy that hasn't had a great year, but a fan favorite, and he also had that Master card, Von Miller. So he only had that Master card, and then he's got that's all he's gotten since then. So I could definitely see him getting an upgrade. Hopefully he does. He's a lot of people's favorite card. Another guy that is dominating that I can't believe he hasn't had a card is Kuechly. Oops, I hit Packers. Kuechly hasn't gotten a card in a while, so he was also a Mutt Superstar was his last upgrade in a 90. One of the best middle linebackers in the game today. Definitely see him getting a card. All right, and then we got a couple other positions here. We're going to check out, let's see, Mr. Barrett. This guy has had a year like no other. I think he's a left. Yeah, Shaquill Barrett. He got a Football Outsider card. He's got a couple of Team of the Week cards. No one expected this guy to bust out. Definitely see him getting a Team of the Year card. It's a no-brainer. Next guy that was left off the playoff list, I put him in here. What? Where's he at? Is he right? Okay. He must be. Well, he must not have a card. Za'Darius Smith, so he must be a gold. Is he a gold card? Yeah, Za'Darius Smith. He has a 78. Was his last card. He also had that Halloween promo card. Upgraded a 90 non-auctionable card. So I can't believe he hasn't had an update yet. Has had a huge season for the Packers. Definitely see him getting an upgrade. He was left out the playoff roster, so it makes it a no-brainer. Another guy, another fan favorite. He hasn't got a card in a while, but he's leading the league in a lot of statistics. Not the Packers. We're going to the Cardinals. Chandler Jones, last card he got was a Redux card. What was it? I can't remember what that. Probably a signature card. That's the last card. He got a 91. I can see him getting an upgrade. Be good for Patriots and Cardinals teams also. Another guy I threw on the list is TJ Watt. Because he hasn't. I think he got a Harvest card at 89. Let's see. Is he a left? Maybe he's a left, not a right. Let's see. Yeah, last card he got was an 89 Harvest. I think he's better than that. He should have at least a 90 overall card. Cornerback was hard because a lot of these guys got upgrades, or I think they could see some of these guys winning Defensive Play of the Year. Again, Darius Slay didn't have the best of years, but his last card was a 90. I can see him getting one. And it was also a Team of the Week. I think it was like week 2. So he hasn't got an upgrade in a long time. Next guy, I don't think he's got one as a Ram. Yeah, nope. So, let's see. He's on the Jaguars for his cards. Jalen Ramsey. He hasn't gotten a card since his Heroes card. I know he didn't have the best of the year going to the Rams, but I could see him doing anything. No-brainer here. Bills. Excuse me. Mr. White didn't get a playoff card. Has a signature card. I can definitely see this guy getting an upgrade. He's had a good year. Next up was a hard pick between free safety. It could have went two ways. It could have went with, what's his name, Fitzpatrick. He's had a good year with the Steelers since he went over there. Definitely turned that team over. But I flipped the coin and went with Mr. Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas is always a fan favorite card. He hasn't got anything since the Halloween promo and Most Feared. So I'd say he's gonna get a card. And then another no-brainer, and he was also left out the playoff roster. So no-brainer here for strong safety for me. One of my favorite user cards. He needs an upgrade to make my squad. He hasn't got a card since the hero, Mr. Jamal Adams. Kicker and punter was kind of. I just went off who hadn't got a card yet. On who hadn't got a card yet from Football Outsiders, anything like that. So Lambo from the Jags, he's only an 81. He was on the All-Pro team, so I'd say he probably gets it for kicker. And then Tress Way also made that All-Pro list for the Redskins. Plus, you got to get a Redskin and a Jaguar on there. I don't think he had any, so you know it'd be good for one player to make it. Way's got an 82, so hopefully these guys get cards. Next up, I did kick returner and punt returner. I'm gonna say Patterson. Oops, shoot. Sorry about that. Patterson for the Browns. Or Bears. Sorry, Bears fans. He just seems to be the dude that I would go with. I don't know what his overall is. And of course, I hit Browns. So let's see. I think he might just be a gold, I'll be honest. I know he got like a frozen card or something like that. But his last wide receiver card, 74. I don't know if that was out of position. It might have been. I think it might have been a running back for him. I don't know. I know he got an out. I feel like he did get an out of position card. Let's do this. Oops. Program. I feel like he got a out of position. No, he didn't. I thought he got a card. Maybe he got just a zero chill card. Yeah, he got a zero chill upgrade at 79. I could see him getting an upgrade card. Always a good kick return option. The last guy kind of snuck in here. He could have been a wide receiver. I just didn't have anybody to put at this position, so I snuck him in here to get another wide receiver. Another no-brainer left off the team, playoff teams. It's Tyreek Hill. Last card he got was where's he at? Team of the week card. Yeah, he got that team of the week. I can't remember what week it was. It's like early week 9, so he hasn't got a card in a long time. And like, so I can definitely see Tyreek Hill getting an upgrade. I don't know if it'll be wide receiver or a punt returner. I just put him at punt returner because I didn't have one. So there's the list. I will put the list in the below for you guys to check out. I hope you guys did all your team of the week challenges so you can get your free card, whoever that is, so you can upgrade your team. Definitely have a couple of guys that I think are going to make it. And hopefully we'll do a couple more of these videos. So if you like the content, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification, join the notification squad. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your night. And we'll see how I did. We'll check my predictions out when the team of the year comes out. When it's finally out, we'll see what we got.